Hello, all. Welcome to the lecture series on effective technical communication. And today we are going to be studying the fourth and the final topic from the third unit of effective technical communication. Okay. Now, in this third unit, we have been studying report writing and we have studied various kinds of reports, right? Now, today we will be doing evaluation reports. Okay. So, the very term evaluation, by the very term evaluation, that this is a kind of a report which is based on your evaluation of data and your assessment of data. And based on your assessment of data, you produce a report, and the report that is produced out of your evaluation of data is called evaluation reports. Okay, now let us take a look at what evaluation report has to say. So, an evaluation report is a document that presents the findings, conclusions, and recommendations of an evaluation, which is a systematic and objective assessment of the performance, impact, and effectiveness of a program, project, policy, or interventions. Okay, so basically, it's a document that will present the findings, conclusions, and recommendations of an evaluation. So after you are done with the evaluation, there are several findings, conclusions, and recommendations that you will be reaching. Okay, and it is basically a systematic and objective assessment of the performance, impact, and the effectiveness of a program, project, or policy or intervention. Okay, so you basically systematically and objectively assess the performance and impact and the effectiveness of a program or the project that you have undertaken. Okay, so it basically includes a description of the evaluation's purpose, scope, methodology, data sources, and all of these things. All right. So this is what evaluation is. So your assessment of data, the report that you write based on your assessment of data is evaluation report. Okay. Now, what are the main objectives of an evaluation report? The main objectives are accountability, learning, improvement, communication. Okay, these are the four objectives of an evaluation report. Now, accountability basically means that you have to see or you have to assess whether the project has met its objectives, whether the project has been able to reach its goals, and whether the project has actually achieved the intended results or not. Okay, and if or not, or if the project has achieved the intended results, and if it has not achieved it, the stakeholders will be accountable for it. Okay, so they will be accountable for both the achievement of it and both the non achievement of it. All right, then comes learning. So out of evaluation, you learn like various lessons. Okay, and these are the lessons which actually you employ and apply in your future projects. Okay, so lessons means that perhaps there are certain things that you should not have done while undertaking the project. Perhaps there were certain things that should have been done in a different way, or perhaps you could have produced better results if certain things could have been done differently. So all of these things you come to realize once you evaluate the project. Okay, so when you evaluate the project, you learn certain lessons and you apply those lessons in your future projects so that they can be they can be undertaken smoothly, and they are better, they are better and they are better delivered. Then comes improvement. Now lesson learning and improvement, they go hand in hand. All right, so you can only improve if you have learned lessons from your evaluation. Okay, because once you have learned lessons from your evaluation, you would be able to you know uh, you would be able to kind of be able to apply those lessons in order to improve your future project. Okay, so this is the reason why you need a lesson, and you need a lesson in order to improve, so they go hand in hand. All right, Then comes communication. Now, in order to you have to communicate the findings of your evaluation and conclusion to the stakeholders. All right. So they need to be communicated to the program staff, the funders, the policymakers, and the general public. So if you are not communicating your results to the stakeholders, you are not maintaining transparency. And if there is a lack of communication, if there is a discrepancy anywhere, then it will crash down your project. It will crash down your project. Plus, at the same time, you have the responsibility to communicate your findings to your stakeholders, because your stakeholders are actually investing money in your project. So this is the reason why you communicate your evaluation findings. And if you are communicating your evaluation findings, they are on the loop as to whatever you are doing and whatever it is that is happening. So you are maintaining transparency, and you're keeping them in sync, and you're keeping them on the loop. Okay. Now comes the structure of an evaluation report. Now we know that the structure, every report writing has got a structure, and it's not just about report writing, but every writing skill in general has got a particular structure, right? So if you don't have a structure, then your writing, as I told you, your write up will be extremely disorganized, and the reader will not get the impetus to read your content further. Okay, so in order to prevent that from happening, you need to give a proper write up with a proper organization and format, which will also help to give some clarity to the readers and whoever it is who is reading your report. All right. So now we have certain elements. Okay, we have about 10 elements which which would constitute the structure of your report writing. The first element that we have is executive summary. Now, you have done you have been studying report writing for about a while now, and in every report writing you have encountered executive summary, something called an executive summary, right? So, in the executive summary, as we all know, as you have studied, and as you might now be able to, you might now be able to tell yourselves that it includes the evaluation findings, it includes conclusions, and it includes recommendations, but a brief summary of all of these things and not a detailed one. All right. Then comes the introduction, where you give the overview of your evaluation context, scope, and purpose and methodology. Then comes a background, which will be a summary of the program or the initiative that is being assessed, including the goals, activities, and the intended audience. So, all these will be included in your background. Then comes the evaluation questions. So, the questions through which you have evaluated your report, or sorry, through which you have evaluated your project. So, evaluation questions will consist of these questions. Fifth is the methodology, okay, which is the description of the data collection methods that you have been using in your evaluation. The sampling strategy, the data sources, and the data analysis techniques, all of these will be coming under your methodology. Then comes the findings. So, the observations that you have gathered from your evaluation will come under findings, okay. Then comes conclusion. So conclusion will be basically a summary of the main evaluation of main findings of your evaluation, the conclusion. Okay, and you will also include the assessment of the program or the project's effectiveness, the efficiency, and sustainability. Okay. Then comes the recommendation. So based on your evaluation, if you have to recommend further improvements, then you include that in the eighth section of your report writing, that is the recommendations. Then comes the ninth section, which is the lessons learned. So the kind of lessons that you have learned from your report, from your project. So you will include that. Then comes the tenth section, which is the limitation. So basically, the inevitable limitations and challenges that you have faced while undertaking your project, you will be including that within here. Then comes references, 11th, and appendices. So these are some the list of references that we have been citing. Appendices means additional information, the data tables, graphs, maps, all of these will come under the appendices. Okay, so this is basically the brief structure of your evaluation report. Okay, and you have to keep in mind what the objectives of an evaluation report are. So these things are very important, the structure and the objectives. And with this we come to the end of the third unit. Okay, and in the next lecture we will move on to the fourth unit. All right, thank you so much for listening, everybody. I'll see you all again in the next lecture. Thank you.